Okay, Fnatic on defense, FUT on attack. Because he could be a vibes guy as well, especially when he's expected to get 0 kills. Like the vibes he could be bringing could be unbelievable. Right. Do we have anything crazy? No.
Be an interesting one as Alpha's pretty isolated. I don't imagine he's going to be
Recon that clears over towards yellow. That can't be shot from sight.
Not much utility to play
and
with
we get a straight up retake. Where is Chronicle? And do they have the old protocols that they used to have with someone that perma stays in heaven? Well, that's the person who's meant to perma stay in heaven, I'm pretty sure.
But it is very far behind, and I'll be honest with you, it may not even be needed.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the flank to secure this.
A few kills need to come in for Fnatic before you're even going to be worried about Yedajay's flank. He's miles away.
How many does Yedajay get? 2?
Leo doesn't know what's about to happen. Lining up his dart as we speak, and well, the backstab is eventually going to come
really need to cast him there.
But he got there, and now with the nano down, there should be no.
It counts as 2. Dude, it came down to 1. I can manage to kill 2 people here. It's kind of wild.
Bigger role than I expected.
Yeah, no, it was more so because Dirk had just managed to get multiple kills right at the end, even though he had a player behind him, just tried to ignore the rest. But again, it's just the start from FUT, getting into the site, getting into the afterplant, and that is going to be a lot of what Fnatic are going to try and stop. Like, have that denial, especially on the B site, and you know that FUT are going to attempt to be nice and aggressive.
There it is.
When it comes to
Last one of the day.
Taking further control. We saw it with
So,
the flashes coming out of cracks.
this has backfired a little bit. That's backfired slightly. Yeah, maybe they looked into some demos thinking that they like to buy light armor more with their buys. Because that's a lot of heavy armors.
No player I'm going to look at for that kind of role than Krax picking up pieces.
Yeah, it doesn't want to let him know that he has this gun.
And my favorite KO in the league.
Right now, I think Mr. Fallen might actually be the highest rated player in playoffs.
This is nice. The fact that he holds all of this, and then we can have 4-person stack over towards site. Molly goes in. Yeah, Mr. Fallen can't plant that.
He had a fantastic performance in their matchup yesterday. For now, though.
Wait, was that a late shock? Was he not planting when he...
To do some damage. A single kill. It's not bad, but he's definitely going to want more than that, especially because I believe a lot of this will be down to how close he is to the Blade Storm. A couple more kills, and he'll have it online.
T-Dog's videos on 100 Fees and C9? No. I need to, I think I saw... I think it came up. Was this on Reddit? I think I remember seeing it, but I never clicked it.
The shots, I believe, 2 on Yedajay. CNET's doing his best to recover this round, and it looks like he's got it in the bag. 18 health on Dirk. The damage is being done, and the Blade Storm farmed up just
he has so much time for it.
Away, and Dirk is not
oh my god, that's so unlucky, bro. 10 HP? That was a good attempt, considering they only bought the Outlaw into it. Respect. Here's a 5v3 at one point as well. Fnatic will take this. 4 people bought up. 3 people lost their guns.
He was able to get 3 kills and then go down, and that's enough to make sure that
ultimate's available. We said, I mean, they had 4 people with heavy armor, but there was a lot of chip damage, whether it was mollies, whether it was classics.
Just a little bit absurd. Now you look at what's on the other side. Okay, CNED's going to have that 1 rifle. Yedajay is going to have his own go at playing the Outlaw, but that will
be then, as long as you do enough dudes and they get their knives, I mean, it's worked well. That might be one of the best outcomes that we've seen of like the hero Outlaw against the buy. I don't think we've seen it win yet. I can't really remember, but it's still, I mean, that you could argue they should have won that.
Lurking around mid, catching the angles, but it's a fairly typical play towards this B site. Your recon's in, your dash from CNED. He's got the off angle now to secure the plant, although they're pushed back by a little bit of utility. With the wall going down, there's not really a chance to re-aggress for a little while. That's going to buy time for Fnatic to start their rotates and gain a little bit of the map.
And they've gambled heavy.
That's the scary thing with Darker. Having this
I like this from FUT though. Right, so they cut sound over towards here, they can get the drone out of them. And the longer they wait and the longer stay hidden, like all of this becomes a question mark. They fully left this, yeah, and now they need to start going and getting info. Here's the info.
I guess it keeps the information in their favor, but he needs to land something here. And it was almost a complete
solo on top of this.
Well, they didn't have any information on A, right?
Overall managed to tag Alpha.
Had to go to find the info, but what a costly way to secure it. Dirk it down, Blade Storm out of the round, damage done, sure. Crack, CNED, Ada Captain have all been tagged very low. And the spams on the way through will cause some problems, potentially. Ada Captain gets ahead of it. The flash not landing. Poster, Chronicle, Alpha, Leo, everybody's here. And everybody's fragging, leaving FUT with just Yedije, an outlaw with a shot already fired. Only one bullet left to ride down that barrel, and for Fnatic, they're biding their time as well. I'm just going to approach this together. They've got it boxed in.
Look at the patience from Alpha.
Perhaps faded away, but
yeah, nicely done. Enough damage from FUT though to make this a big swing round. There's 2 kills. That is armor.
Few players survived.
Armor
It got close to being much more costly.
Yeah, I think the only thing that worries me a bit is just, I guess Yedije is going to have to play with a pistol into this next round, which...
Yeah, one player.
I guess with him being on the lurk a lot of the time, it isn't the end of the world. Like, it won't be the worst case, but... Oh, I guess not, actually. We're going to juggle some weaponry around, get him a Bulldog instead, and... It does leave him, I believe, without an alarm bot, but... Again, it's not really the end of the world. A decent resurgence already from Fnatic, getting that 3rd round onto the board, of course, in...
Yeah, giant rounds. I mean...
The match versus Heretics, they managed
whoa.
to win both pistols of one of the maps
These
and still
two.
not take it over the line.
PC lagging? What is this?
See if they can get themselves off of the races here, because as I said...
Okay,
this
Leo
is the
managed
side
to
of
get
map
the
where
orb over
FUT
towards
normally
A. Didn't get
impeccable.
too punished for that.
You mentioned about those weaknesses, perhaps maybe Yedije would be on a pistol. He's
Over
managed to get a
towards
Bulldog
middle,
out of
break
this
the
with
alarm
light
bot.
shields. Tucked himself
So
in.
pressure on
to a
A,
corner that
pressure
might be left
middle.
unchecked by Fnatic. It depends if they
Jay
continue
looking
on
for a
this
reaction.
A side is left completely open for a retake. That means you often are going to want to start those early flanks. Grab that little bit of damage from behind. FUT are gearing up. And once they make noise on A,
When does
that's where the
Durka
decision
decide
has
to
be
do
made,
something?
But FUT are dragging their players back
Because his
instead.
teammates left
The
him.
steps, I don't think were heard by Durka, but he's
Incredible
taking his time
timing.
in the round
Like,
anyway,
it
so Durka
is
should catch him on
incredible.
the way through.
And this could be reads in
I
terms
believe it's
of
gonna have an
them doing
angle.
anti-strat, and it's like in 55 seconds they've always grouped and they're always hitting sight.
No, he's going to be able to walk all the way past.
Yeah, and
Timing
the turret
now becomes
spotting
everything.
middle, so
The rest of the
you
players
would
are
think that
fully
Durka wins
rotated.
this round.
Alpha's going to kick things off already, and Durka is slowly making his way out behind. That's Yedije completely gone. They need to turn and fight. They need to clear this man, and they have other problems. It's now left all on to CNED. 29 HP. He's been fantastic, and for that matter, Fnatic aren't giving him anything. All sitting back, waiting for him to eventually go for that spike. And the second he taps it, you have to assume he'll be dead.
I mean, I don't think the Nano will be the one to do it. There's no shocks left, but just a clean shot from Alfier would have finished him. But CNED gets ahead of
Nice
it.
try from CNED.
Doesn't find anything.
Shout out to
Chronicle,
Durka, shout out to
2-2.
potentially the anti.
Tied up.
I'm not
Nice
entirely sure.
even game early on. Fnatic had played some risks, leaving A lobby open, sending Durka through on the flank. But the real problem here for FUT, the fact that Yedije's turret is not catching that flank, that Durka is able to walk up completely unaware on the side of FUT. You can see that they're focused forward. Oh, the fact that you had the snake bite as well with the shock dart.
Yeah, Utah dump is good.
It's also interesting to think where he may have placed his alarm bot, because he didn't have it in that round. So maybe he would have placed it just outside A if they were going to flank. It's a piece of utility that was missing. We'll never really know. Might have just been used in mid instead. For now,
Do they not use their
their
alarm bot like
Fnatic
Fnatic
problems.
over here when they go aggro?
Seems like Durka's going to play that a little bit more aggressive.
I didn't check it though.
Try and spot someone over the top. It's an opportunity for him to
Okay, so the
farm
big
up.
swing round
Second blade
is
First
taken
one not having mass
by
effect.
Fnatic, and they are. Dude, this next Byron's gonna be nice though.
Well, for FUT,
Next Byron could be
The
really
attention is
good.
clear.
If UJ and Cracks get
gonna go
some
for a little
kills
bit
or
of
get some
fake
orbs,
info sold on B. Some utility
gotta keep an eye on
destroyed
CNED,
Yedije
obviously.
as the rest of the squad
Yeah,
gears up
'cause
for this push.
guy's a beast.
CNED's Blade Storm is the main point man, and it's being shut down. But Leo falls, and damage is done to Durka. Even with the decay fading, you can see his HP is very low. 50, in fact. Those Sheriffs will be smiling at that. And in fact, it's about, wow, doesn't even matter. The body shot not connected. Clean headshot from Yedije, and now a 4v2.
I mean,
This
how
was
do
a
you
round that
retake
didn't
this?
look favored in, and now there's a lockdown in play for Yedije. At this
Yeah,
point,
you could. Yeah,
they
but it's
should have the round in the bag,
a
and
CNED
with that
classic
ult
though, man.
expanded, I don't see a
CNED
way
is,
back in
dude.
for
CNED
Fnatic.
looks so
They'll
much
have
better
to
in this
push
team. It's
here
so
and now
nice.
to take it
I
down.
hated
Wow.
watching him on Navi.
That more or less seals your fate.
Maybe
Shot
he
through
should
with
have gone.
smoke.
Maybe he should have gone with the Sheriff in the last round. It seems like it's working out for Yedije. One of the players definitely up there in terms of the rookies. Again, he doesn't feel
Thing
like
is, it's a big.
this is a rookie year within the VCT. He has been
Like you
superb.
got to give him a lot of respect. It feels like
But
in
now
a
it comes
team.
down to Alpha
Like you
and
got to
whether or
just
not he can
literally
hold
be
on.
like, you can do what
Let's
you
go.
want 80% of the
Financially,
time.
Not the greatest spot for Fnatic
I
in
don't think
the
that
next round, but
works
they should
in-
be able to get a purchase.
I mean, it doesn't work in every
It's the
team.
Thrifty for FUT. that will get them the lead back in their
He definitely
favor.
wins you more rounds
Again,
than
though,
he
you
loses.
just see the sort of
Like,
individual
by a long way.
brilliance. So that's a man of class right there. I am a big fan of the FUT bundle, I'll be honest.
And the player card is, it's beautiful. There was a reveal indeed. Yeah, impossible for Boaster to do anything about that. Well, 3-2 for the side of FUT. Not a bad start, has to be said. Pistol and follow-up under their belt. Good responses from Fnatic, able to shut them down and presumably take the lead. But that lead then stolen by FUT.
Got a
Now leaves them in a
giant
position where their opponents don't have a lot to work
giant
with.
amount of money
Sheriff,
after
the
that.
Stinger,
They go for a
Hunter's
molly
Fury,
shock to
unlikely
break
be
the normal
used in this
turret. We
position.
get a recon close.
Chronicle one away from a res, should have that online for the next buy round.
Basically, whoa.
To find big value with these
Did he
weaker
take
weapons.
away his
Dirk is
alarm
one of
bot,
the
or did
players
it
who
just
has
get
a
shocked?
rifle in a nasty position if left unchecked.
It's just whether or not he pushes up first. Yadajay normally very patient from these spots, and with the rest of the team making so much noise, well, it is going to be Dirk to take the majority of the damage. Has to fall off. There will be a
Looks
heal
like FUT have done their
available, so
research.
it's not going to be the end of the world.
Pretty sure that was a shock
Now,
dart.
actually, the rest of the team on the defensive side are hightailing it towards this B site. And a captain just going to tank the damage. Almost taken out by the shock dart, but it is
Yeah,
just a
and
millisecond
this is
too late.
definitely doable for Fnatic. We've got the
Gonna be
wall
the
for
kill
the
on the way in.
retake.
Imagine
We've got
how
a
much
Killjoy
damage that would do
standoff
to this
over
side,
towards
and the
A.
Viper's wall still online. Yedajay, despite the plan, is still on the other side of the map. And long ago, Alphayer spotted this alarm bot. He knows there's a player around here, and it hasn't been deactivated. That's a great Hunter's Fury. Little bit of damage done.
Alpha on
catches
top
the
of
look
this,
up
ult
of
goes
Yedajay.
in.
Now
Again,
securing
it
that
is
mid-control,
chaos
moving
for
back to his
the
team.
wall.
Looking to retake this site together. No lockdown to work with to push these players way back. Instead, they've got to do it with rifles. CNET finds the first good headshot from Mr. Fallen. They're all low, but it doesn't seem to matter. Alphayer has it all to do, and with 2 players to drop and time against him, there is nothing he can do about it. Out of there to save on mid. And the 4th round secured by FUT.
Again, just being able to walk into that B site. I think Fnatic, they
Two
have the
in,
right
yeah,
idea. Again,
hitting
we
some
talk about
shots.
when not having that Sage Wall,
You
when
know,
you don't
back to
have
2021
even
form.
Harbor Cove or anything to really try and deny.
Yeah, we were talking the other day about like top 10 lists. I think he
Just off by
has
a
to be on the
second.
top
That shot
10
comes through
these days.
moments before, and Captain
And you
goes
just
down,
completely
scrambling
ignore
to get
all
the
of last
spike.
year.
That round really could have gone anyway. Even still, though, it wasn't a massive investment from the side of Fnatic, so they are going to be coming back in with rifles, a couple of ults to
He's
play
top
with.
3. Well, let's not get
That
too
lockdown
carried
might be a
away.
big one.
There's, in the
See
whole
as well
world,
with a couple of those ults close,
he's doing
he had
great.
the idea to try and
Top 3 in
deny
EMEA.
anybody
Okay, I'll
going
take
for
that.
orb.
Current form, yeah.
Lockdown for Alpha.
Yeah. I was thinking more like the 8th to 10th place of my top 10.
Right here.
Top 3 is the top. I mean, there's top 3 potential, but still very early.
Battle in the previous. The read made by Fnatic is towards the A side. They can play retake, of course.
We've got an ult to cancel the ult. Knife goes in, and this is literally just CNED prodding the site. They insert CNED into this corner. He needs to be careful because when he looks left like that, his gun shows to anyone's screens. Well, that'll also spot him.
This is a big danger for CNED because he's got no support. It will sell the fake.
But he's so committed, and they put the wall in here. They're still holding 4 people close. It's nice to see a different strat on Icebox though.
The whole plan was to just try and have seen it there a little bit
Dude,
longer.
FUT have
It
been
doesn't
working
matter, though.
hard on this
Boaster
one.
goes
They've
for the
come in
flank, tries to stop them
prepped,
getting in.
even know how they like to
And
play in
instead he
terms of
goes down.
ecos,
And
and
the
we got
Vipers
new
fix the
stuff like this where
afterblock.
they're
This now
inciting
goes
one
from what was a huge
literally
advantage
on the
for
A side
Fnatic
itself.
to now a little bit dangerous. Now they do have the res, and he was in a position where they can get him back and defend
Viper
him.
ult
They'll
goes
keep
in.
that
We're gonna have to
man
keep an eye
advantage for a little bit
on
longer, but they need to take
Alpha.
some space, and, well,
There's a
it didn't last long
chance
at all.
this
Mr.
plant
Fallen
is
immediately on the trade.
2
Alpha again
forwards.
deals with his Turkish counterpart. Back
That
into
looks
mid.
alright.
Even still, though, if he's going to use that lockdown, he needs to use it soon. Needs
Okay,
to try
last
and clear
molly
them out.
goes
They're
in for
trying to just
Atom.
run through this pit, and they're taking so much damage as they do it. Getting
They've
into
got a
towards
wall.
that plant's going to be so difficult. Alpha not far away, though. Finds the first kill, but there's still so
Wall
much more to
diffuse
go.
is
They're
on
that
time.
defusal, though. They're sticking it all the
No.
way, but out of captain again. He just seems to do everything the second he's within this
No
pit.
way, man. He did it again.
He's
Didn't he do
triple
this last time on
clutched it once
Icebox
more, and
with
Captain
his ult?
on the B side in that pit just seems invincible.
And he had the
They
shorty.
saved the wall just for that, for the post plant. They could have used it initially when the res comes through, but Boaster was sold out. And for what? Ultimately, a couple of seconds in, the difference even less. But Ada Captain able to pull this one back. And despite the fact that
The Killjoy, yeah, the
this
KO
man,
was
this
perfect
lunatic
timing.
Alfier was running through 1 HP, headshotting the first, taking another.
That's the unfortunate truth, is I think that because he's fighting the player further back, Ada Captain runs past him and breaks the wall. That's the only reason he's able to win that round. But do you remember the round with the Classic we saw earlier in the tournament? Ada Captain in that pit.
But they're so prepped though. They're so prepped and they're winning a lot of the clutch close rounds.
Has kicked off the round with a bang. Been able to find the
It's
opener
a
onto
solid
the
mix
danger
of
man
everything
the
at the
last
moment
round.
from FUT. Individuals, prep.
He just walks up.
Nice.
Like a lot of the time, he literally just walks into a position. No
Got
respect
some new strats as well.
for the opponents or their utility. But I do think Fnatic are almost gifting that space at this point.
This
I think it's
is
a large reason why
Giant
CNED
from
is going so
Boaster.
aggressive in at least
And
the
I
last
guess
couple
he shot a
rounds, just knowing
turret.
lockdowns in play, they're going to play retakes.
Because
This will
UJ is
always
hard
happen.
locked
Good
on
shock
this, so
dart for a bit of
Boaster should go
damage.
down.
Tickled them up.
Yeah.
Shot not hit by Boaster. As Yedege is able to find one on the flank. Hunter's Fury put through.
No way. He was shooting the ult and he got a kill.
Has himself the blade. Stormin is going up close. Needs to be a big man in this round. 3 players around that corner. Isolating the first, but the turret's tagging him up, slowing him down. Not able to get around in time. Cracks ready to push forward as the utility fires in, confirming there's no diffuse. There's no pressure on the side of FUT just yet. Great shock dart. That's got Mr. falling down. Numbers are looking a little bit more manageable, a little bit more doable as Leo rounds the corner. He needs to find Yedege. And the timer's already ticking so far. 3 kills for Yedege in this round.
Guy's just
6
tapping his
on the board
crouch
for FUT.
during the
and
duel.
attack side is living up to expectations.
Yeah, they've always been good from these scenarios. I will say, though, there's been so many of these rounds that are just desperately close. Like, real opportunities for Fnatic to bring it back. And well, Leo was the one in this. He's been a little bit quieter. He's had some of the best performances of anybody when it comes to the playoffs. For now, though, Fnatic, they're back with their pauses, Mitch, and we all know how dangerous those are.
It was a good
Yes,
eco.
yes.
It was
Coming
a
out of
good
these,
eco.
it's not easy to take a dub, is it? They just had an eco round there. Came close. And for the side of Fnatic, they can be relatively happy with that. Building blocks that they can now look to, well, build on. For this side, on the attack, though, I don't think they're going to be too afraid. That lockdown used up a lot of ultimates burned by Fnatic in that round to kind of bridge the gap in the economy, and it doesn't work out. FUT still a lot of credits in the back pocket. No ultis online, but a Viper's Pit for Boaster.
Does UGA have the champions,
Just look at
buddy?
how
They're
aggressive Alfier was inside a pit. You've got 5
they're on
players
the
other
tournament
side
client,
that have
so
that same
everything's
mentality.
unlocked.
It's more so where would you place it? Because on this map, a lot of the time you're going to try and use it.
I think
to
there's a rule
deny
that you're not meant to
map
use it,
control.
but
So maybe you place it outside B.
I don't think it's a
Seagulls
big
going over
deal.
that.
Yep.
Or they go through mid.
There probably should be
And you
something in
place
place.
it on
but-
A, they're definitely going over it. Like, there's no doubt that FUT are not afraid.
It's my top
to try
10
and
players. I
fracture
don't know,
that.
man. I need time for
way-
that stuff. I need to sit down
6 and
and
2
just
up.
think for a
Bear
while.
in
It's
mind,
not
this
like
is
a
where
it's like an
Fnatic
off the
wanted to
bat
take the
reel
map
out 10
initially.
players because I'm
Now,
gonna
a lot of the time in
miss
best
some
of fives,
people.
you are gonna try and play
and
with the
I'm
minds
gonna
of the
play some
opponent.
wrong.
You might not necessarily put your best
I
map
need-
first. I would say you normally want that.
I'll do a
around the
video at one
third,
point,
so
chat. It's
that-
fine. We've
that's
got
where
Shanghai
it
coming up.
resets, and that is
We'll
where
do a
Fnatic
video.
have looked their
I think we're
best for
doing
the
something similar on
majority
Plat
of the
Chat as
season.
well at one point.
Nonetheless,
week.
if they get slaughtered
This
by
week?
FUT
Next week?
in their
What day are we
first
on?
choice, that would be
Saturday.
scary.
Yeah.
Oh, the pressure's on for Durka again. Caught off guard by a little jump scare.
I want to say I can't remember what day it is.
Up in play. Not the easiest weapon to use in these close range fights.
It might be Wednesday or something, Plat Chat. I can't remember.
Lots of support on the A side this time. If CNED decides to just go walking up, he will meet much more resistance than previously, and it starts with that off that he just domes through the wall as well.
What is that?
What little cover Durka had did not matter.
I tell you what
good
though,
response from Chronicle.
even if he didn't get that
Keeps it
first kill, that
competitive.
other person's getting that kill.
Healing
The
himself
timing
up,
of that
the rotates are
swing,
in.
the double swing here is...
The majority of what they'd have in post plants.
Bro,
the
this is
shot
looking
darts were
like
used
one
early
of
by
FUT's
Mr.
best
Farley.
map.
And a captain's
Like from what
gone
I've
down,
seen so
so they're not gonna
far,
have any snake
do they not
bites.
just look
So it's not a
really
bad trade-out
together?
for Fnatic so far. I would almost expect, though, that this means that FUT are going to try and play a little bit more proactive in these plants. Again, the slows, the shock dart guarantees a little bit of extra damage. But Boaster's only just starting his rotation. He's incredibly far away.
Yeah, that Viper's Pit's going to be coming in very late if it is used on this side of the map. Gonna have to try to claim some space themselves. Wall is up. Chronicle fighting around the side of the Sage wall.
Oh,
now
it's
drops the
unlucky, man. You
Vipers,
should have
and
got
Chronicle's
seen it
in
there as
for a
well,
third.
falling.
He's not stopping either. Holding this angle around the side. Popping himself for a heal as the spike gets tapped on by the Nano. Have to wait that out, run the clock down. CNET pushing forward, grabs another. Now the pressure's on. These players starting to surround them. And the diffuser
Chronicle got off.
1 HP. Chronicle
Then didn't stick this.
He's dropped, and CNET might just have this one in the bag. The time alone, the dash in, styling on Leo.
Hey, dude, Fnatic needs to have some trust in their team. What's going on?
Clutch. And a 7-2 scoreline now for FUT. The Fnatic pause didn't work out this time.
No, CNET was in the way. He's the one blocker to the Fnatic pause, it seems, and I think he's the mental block for the majority of teams, because it seemed like there were options there
crouch
for
below
Fnatic
the
to
bullet.
almost just get that diffused through, but they were desperately trying to just bait him into the fight, get him into that 2 versus 1. CNET doesn't fall for a damn thing throughout this round. First man in, last man out. 7-2 up now for the side of FUT.
That's so sick.
We are yet to see.
Wasn't down to another eco.
And
they're playing great.
been able to have any form of stable
I do think Fnatic should have had that.
I don't know how that knife hit.
No, I thought he was well and truly out of there. An easy refresh for CNET. He's now sat in a 5v4. Weaker weapons for Fnatic, like you said. They've never been able to find their footing in terms of economy.
Go back, and they've been hitting B so much on their anti-eco.
Making their way towards the A site, but leaving one behind. It's at a captain. Spotting for any further aggression. Remember, we've seen it before. Durka goes walk-ups and tries to clear out these angles. Now, we talked about this Viper's pit too.
Yeah, they kind of they know because they've done so much pressure over towards B that there can only be one person here. Yeah, the one bullet.
Could have been a clean and easy kill. The follow-up not there either. On the backside, Alpha Yair and Leo.
And then they go back after inserting one close. What's going on here?
And realizing the play
They're everywhere.
There anymore. Lurk left out by Yedije, and the Lurk from Ada Captain from earlier on is now coming to a conclusion, but 3 health later, he's gonna have to bail out of here. No more fights for him as the spike makes its way to B. Fnatic gotta be scratching their heads as to what play they're looking at.
Yeah, and it's hard because the guys on site have to be wary of this guy, so they can't really go ahead and stop the plant. And Ata repositions 3 HP. Oh my god, he's still alive, though. He's doing great things.
It takes Alpha peeking into
And they have
the
no
snake
idea
bite,
about
but he was
Yetsuji.
just the first Lurk. There's a second. Another player coming in from behind. Yetsuji has caused them so many issues just being in the right place at the right time. And it is almost identical to what we saw in the pistol round. But again, it's hard to tell if it's even going to matter. There's a second player here, and actually Alpha's round the kill, but he's still looking in front of him. Yetsuji so patient, and every single time
it's just a great round. Again, there's another good eco from Fnatic. It was winnable. Or it got like a little bit winnable.
What a game plan. I don't think that was the idea from the very start of the round. Send a player towards the B site. Sorry, send everybody to the B site, leave a lurker. Send everybody else to the A site, leave a lurker. Go back to B, and both lurkers find great success. A real annoyance of a round if you're on the side of Fnatic, because figuring out what FUT were trying to do here was something that just wasn't accessible. That information couldn't have been secured until this very last moment, until the cards were on the table. They realized the mistake they've made. Now, we get back in after barriers have gone up, and FUT are playing aggressive, looking to get in the face of their opponents. Fnatic, who've got rifles to play with, and they're showing it. Durka with 1, but traded out by Yetsuji. Lockdown in play for him, but the Hunter's Fury for Leo
to break the
can cancel that
Killjoy
out
ult.
easily.
You should run.
They wanna? Not even worth, right? Just let him have it and then spike. Look how on top everyone from Fnatic at the moment is. The fact they're getting lurked on.
Just being taken. It will allow for an afterplant timing here. It's going to be everything.
Yeah, and they're
actually,
aware
it
for
was
that
just used to
because they've
deny
been getting
that
lurked on
Catching
so
out
heavy.
means there is no lurk this time around, and Yetsuji
Good plant for heaven.
tanked up. This is one of the best opportunities Fnatic have had.
Really smart to save that Hunter's Fury. Some of the players able to take fights on the back of it as well. The angles being cleared, the reveals. Lockdown 1 away for Alpha as well, but it won't get a chance to be used this time. He's got the orb, but
as long as the Sage...
they try to deal with him.
dead.
Yetsuji swings through, and he's back out of here. Then in goes Cracks for more. Boaster down. It's all on Leo. He knows where one player is, the second, a bit of a mystery, and even now, they've changed positions. They've swapped it up. Yetsuji becomes
like, where the hell is everyone?
on the back of the site as Leo, waltzing around, has no option to take down Mr. Fallen. He is safely tucked away. This couldn't have gone any worse. And at this point, the time alone
I mean,
is going to seal his fate. Mr. Fallen
owned it on site.
gets ahead of that. 9-2. Attacking side.
Feels like the rounds are kind of close.
Fnatic won pistol and follow up. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't. They won the 3rd and 4th, so it's not 9 in a row, but it is 7. Either way, pretty damn strong scoreline.
To flame. There's nothing really to flame. Like, I mean, Fnatic definitely some of the trades and stuff maybe should have come in. A few shots have been missed, but I don't know. FUT's been pretty good with how they've been playing this their whole entire macro. And there's been a lot of like 1v1s pretty much at the end. It hasn't been that bad. I think this is more just like a masterclass of FUT being heavy prep.
Potential for 9-3 at the half. Would that be enough for Fnatic?
Like the only thing that can really kind of be mad about from Fnatic is like not hitting your shots as much, but I mean that happens sometimes.
Nice angle up top, but
this is all we had to do.
On top of the railings. He's going through for more as well, swinging straight in to try and deny.
Nice,
that planter, and he actually took down Krex as well. We got
damn, bro. Give him one more.
Is the one with the real fury, and he's letting it out. FUT have only Mr. Fallen to try.
Yeah, that's what we had to do. Say there wasn't hitting some shots, and then he gets 4 of them. 3. I mean, we've seen a couple of 3-9s.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to do it. Leo just said, screw it, I'll do it myself, and just took over the game completely.
Yeah, Leo's always good for having one.
The highest rated player of the
tournament. He's always good for having one huge round solo.
Leo's a very close second. No surprises there. I think he was way out ahead of anybody until the loss to Heretics. 9-3 up though for FUT. Sure, we talk about comeback. Sure, we talk about Fnatic on their attack side, but I always feel like it's different when FUT are in this sort of form. Like, if they lose a game,
what's going on?
A lot of their games, they get 2-0'd when they lose because they're just not
Why you guys being all weird today? What's happening here?
The aggressive plays, they're not hitting their shots.
Let people watch the game.
A clear indicator it's going to be a bad day for FUT. Right now, well, Ada Captain's at the bottom of the board, and he single-handedly won them around in a clutch in a Viper's Pit. So everybody has been on form, CNED especially. And now he stops having to just walk into sights on his own, blind, and actually gets to try and be set up.
We never had to do a sub mode for EMEA games. That's not a good sign. Is FNS not streaming or something?
Walking blind into a Durka op, headshots him through the wall.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he struggles in those situations.
He's top of the ball while doing that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You got to be fearful up against this man. Well, big stack on the A site. B left that little bit more open, and it looks like Fnatic have made the right call.
Not streaming, bro. I can actually tell by the amount of people that are like flame in chat if he's streaming or not. It's kind of crazy.
Not for free, but in a pistol round.
FNS catching strays? Not at all. This guy's incredible. He's great. He's super entertaining. His commentary is always solid. More just that because he's entertaining, he gets like all the golds and silvers and stuff watching him. So people don't understand to start flaming everyone. I think that unreal of the game. He doesn't have what I have, I don't think. Like I get secondhand embarrassment when I read some of the comments that people don't understand that they can't see the other team on the minimap. He doesn't have that, or he just doesn't read chat, which is probably the best way to handle it. Okay, so I mean it's 1-1 for pistols.
They needed a pistol, and they got it.
They found it. Yeah, Alfier's got to feel a little left out on that one. We went for a very late lurk. It could have been huge, but his teammates are just
Brent,
a
hello
little
mate,
too
how we
good
doing?
this time around. Big kills by Durka as well, shutting down the initial attempt to make their way through. Look at that, so quick, and then even tagging up other players. This is what we like to see.
That is actually the crazy thing when looking at the scoreboard is you do really get the real picture of how this map has been.
You gold, but you get it. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, you can be a low rank and get it as well. It feels like people lack the. Sometimes when watching, people lack that they don't have this info.
Well, that's
they got this right now.
all too often, and the punish is in from Alpha
Sometimes I think it would be better. I would actually love to see a game, see how many people flame when we had no minimap, and we had nothing through the walls here. It would be awful to watch, but I think the amount of flames would reduce by 90%. It would just all be about whiffing and stuff.
I think with the dark connecting onto them.
Jackie Boy, thank you so much for the prime, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, bro.
From the side of FUT, you have to start questioning if they will have now just completely rotated The weaponry for FUT also, other than that, Marshall is awful. Like, there really isn't much to play with whatsoever. And FUT are yet to rotate back. That dark
Yeah, that's the
sound gonna
thing. I
tell
mean,
them
even if you don't
they
get
are
it,
still
it's
looking
nice
to
and
go in
easy
this
to just
direction. Three
sit
players
back
are
and
still here,
enjoy.
Mitchum, and a captain's
Dude is hitting
over.
some shots right now, by the way. Yeah, this is getting a little bit scary.
CNED might not have hit his shots, but Captain's getting every single one. But now, shut down, push from Leo, up atop the wall, Chronicle catches
They need to
cracks.
get one more kill, and
This
it's a
leaves
good
just
amount of
classic
damage. It's a
try to
great
make it
recon.
work. Yedege recovers a Marshall, but again, these close range angles, it's going to be difficult to find a victim to take down. Tough fights await him at every turn. The wall has to be broken open as well to give another angle. Damage. Really the objective for the side of FUT now. The shock dart good with Mr. Fallen down. Here's Yedege's chance.
Would
Beautiful
love that.
tag. Just pixels away from the headshot that was needed to drop Chronicle, who I don't think is going to be peeking anymore.
No.
Leave that one to the teammates.
No, he's going to get himself a small amount of health back, but it definitely isn't worth it versus the Marshall. I think the time is what will eventually ruin this one for the side of FUT, and I imagine the plan here will probably be go down to the spike. Never mind, Mr. Fallen really wanted to take someone extra down.
Yeah, I am, Bren.
Fnatic continuing their climb. They'll at least keep 3 rifles alive as well, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's way too bright at the moment.
I think they're actually just
Actual Kev with the
but it
Prime.
won't be a
Thank you so
problem
much,
at all.
bro. I appreciate that.
CNED had to hit that opening shot. We have a different game on our hands. Different round in play. You can see he's upset by it. Gotta have a little extra twinge to it. With Alfier on the other side taking you down. He's currently top fragging the server. Hell of a game on that Killjoy, but 4 rounds. The difference between them. Early fight, I thought we were going to see Yedeje swinging up.
Okay, big buy rounds, and yeah, I mean, it's because they didn't get any more than 2 deaths. The bonus is incredible. It's basically just a full buy round. And they might dodge this recon because they're all behind this pillar. Are they going to get caught off, right?
But Dirk is already up close. Cracks only, good for 1. The trade out from Fnatic, good. Although damage is done to Leo, this site now almost indefensible for FUT.
Even still, Mr. Fallen is there. CNED rotating in. It will leave Ada Captain as the lone defender, but FUT aren't just sitting back. They're not just waiting for Fnatic to rotate. They're starting to aggress through mid. However, this is where Alfia waits. It's going to depend on the timing, though. If the players are walking
And they're going to
across, he's
see
not
the
gonna be
cross,
able
but
to
they're not
capture.
going to
They have
expect
seen
Alpha close.
Chronicle, and now Alpha looks to make
Yeah.
his move. Time to perfection even from Fnatic.
We've got 30 seconds. Atta
Giving
has
them
double
that
molly.
advantage, the
It is
patience paying
doable.
off.
It is
The only
very
thing that could
doable for
affect
Atta
them
right
here
now.
really is that
Problem
time.
is he
30
has
seconds
no
left.
one covering his middle, so he might have to make like a
Captain is
committed
waiting
play.
for them.
20 seconds now on the clock. They have to up the pace. That wall gives you that little bit of extra security. But Ada Captain up top. He's going to be swinging out. He's going to be looking for someone, and it's Boaster that's dropped. 3 versus 3.
Ooh, gets a little bit of info. Mr. Fallen should get this kill.
Players could be peeking him from top round.
Dude, he gets dinged.
Mr. Fallen with 1, and on his way around, reveal. I think it's even being fired out from downtown.
Leo's one shot
Yes,
from
it's
this.
on
I
its
mean, they're
way.
both one shot.
The rest of FUT will wait for it. Indeed, there it is. Not catching any reveals, but hey, Mr. Fallen, 10 health. He'll go swinging into Chronicle, drop him with a headshot, and leave Leo in a very tough position. Back against the wall itself still to be broken, and as it opens up,
Yeah, very nice from
I thought
FUT.
Leo might have been onto
Fnatic
something.
did enough
Only
damage
the
to make
one.
this a
CNED
giant
quick
swing
to
run.
trade on the Outlaw, and double digits found by FUT, right back on the board. 1 step closer to victory.
Asirios, thank you so much, man, with the Prime. Thank you for
Again,
the 5
you just
months,
see some
dude.
of the timing plays out. It's Alpha dropping that gun and then having to try and correct to take the fight. He does hit the headshot. That's the impressive thing about it. He's quick enough for the first shot, but the rest doesn't quite land.
After Sage
That's
wall,
what
dude,
pays
Sage
the
is
price.
pretty good right
Just
now
how clean
against the Gecko
Mr.
meta.
Fallen has been. Seen it there to close, and well, they'll double up what their opponents currently have.
Buff Sage in
Still
general,
gonna
I'm
be a
telling you, Sage
purchase,
is, you might
Fnatic,
see
that
more
was
Sage.
Still somewhat of a bonus. You had a Bulldog in for Alpha, yeah, those were the weapons
Sage
that they
is
brought
decent
through,
right now.
so it isn't a death sentence just yet. If they win this one,
Sage is definitely one of the ways of countering a lot of the Gecko stuff.
Oh, very much so.
They do an aggro, Dizzy, you slow behind it so they can't get their ult back and just hold it. Wingman as well, just takes about 20 years to run through it.
Check the ult economy. Few close, but Not likely to even be this round.
When you're in a kind of pop flash meta, Sage is pretty decent. People could lean into it a bit more. That is ridiculously bold. It's a massive swing round, and he takes just a risk through his own smoke. No, I mean, I don't even.
He was about to take so much space for the team.
I've got no words for it.
Seems so that they've at least given
It's
up
cool
that
that he's
side.
got the confidence to do
They
it.
have a man disadvantage, but they are going to be able to get into an afterplant. Alpha, his position, it seems like it's being looked for. It doesn't matter though. The first 2 shots go his way, and the third as well.
That's a
He's taking
beast
this down
move,
from the
man.
backlines. They're not
Beast
even getting
move by
away.
him. What a time to show up as well.
Finally deals with him. For the rest
Yeah,
of the team,
and this is going to
can
be
now play
eco
from that post
for
bar,
these.
play for the advantages. Zil 2 trying to make their way back in, but this is where all that post plant util can be expended. Still having a shock dart available as well, and the rest just sitting so passively. Yedajay tries his best, but Leo and Chronicle will close out that round. They won't be the heroes of it though.
No, I think you got to give props to Alpha here, not least because he's
The
top
KO
fragging
knife?
the
Yeah, but
server.
there could have been
But
more
that
here,
round,
right?
he
That was a while
under
ago.
threat after this lunatic just goes walking through an orb. How Alpha corrects for the second, even expects the third, positioning perfectly down below, and yeah, Cracks will get him in the end, but the damage was done. The round was already lost for FUT. Now a 4-round gap, and the credits in the bin for the defensive side. Fnatic might just be on their way back in as we're looking
Yeah, they're
at a
doing that
10-7
thing again.
scoreline.
At least making it close.
Short of a miracle out of FUT.
Okay,
The
knife hits a
reality
lot
is,
again.
we have a
This time they
stat
go
from Cougar
aggro.
in
We got no
playoffs.
guns. It was a hard
33%
reset of
eco
the
rounds they win.
econ.
In
For the
regulation, I
sheriff,
think it was
that's it.
fire.
There goes the sheriff.
It definitely was at the beginning of the season. That's for sure. But I think it was something.
Okay, we need to keep an eye on Alpha getting kills.
I think that stat went down.
Atta would like a kill or an orb.
And against a team like Fnatic, you expect that this round's going to be converted. A lot of ultimates available for them, and they're just
Alpha
pre-firing
picks up the
angles at
orb
this
as well
point.
for next
They
round,
know
not
there's
this.
going to be players in awkward positions. The wall's even going to help them out. Cracks had a moment, had a chance, had a little bit of space. But Durka is guarding the crowd here in Berlin, willing him on to go for the ace, but I think Yedajay is already looking to just play for his death, going down to the spike. He's actually been caught by Chronicle instead. Now Alpha can only hope to try and get himself 4, and even that won't happen. Leo will steal it away, but they won't mind. And Andaluthia flawless.
A win's a win at the end of the day. What do we see on that KC board?
Jinxed Mev as well with the Prime. Thank you very much, man.
Seem to have the
Welcome into the Slug Club. Thanks for the Prime.
mission accomplished, boys. But 3-round gap now for Fnatic. Ults coming online as well. And confidence certainly at an all-time high for this squad. We know that 9-3 scoreline has come back to haunt many a team. FUT, though, seem to be the least likely to give away a lead like that, in my mind. See if that comes to fruition. Who's this
Most
round?
likely.
I don't want to talk about it, Tom.
Yeah, dude, it's the recon that lands here. Oh!
So for FUT, looking for their 11th round, and Hunter's Fury put
The brand new
through.
recon
was beautiful. Grabs
landed
a little
here.
bit of info and some damage on the back.
It's mainly to give space. The pop flash is good. The spray not so much. The flash had to be amazing for him to get out of there with one. CNET still here.
Ooh.
Shot not connected. I don't know how he manages to even get out of there on the edge.
A lot of pressure though, and they get the ult
The
out of
Viper's
them.
pit has actually
And
just been given
yeah,
up.
the little cutter sound
Just
means that the
thrown in.
rotate goes in.
As a freebie and a captain not wanting to try and retain that
The problem with Atta here is he's done this ult so much, and he's hidden this little cubby pretty much every time I've seen him use an ult. So I think he thinks it's too readable.
This seems like it almost has to be an afterplan for Fnatic now.
Because it can literally just get spammed from this angle.
Captain and CNET are both so low. Maybe Yedajay just goes walking through a few poison orbs. You never know with that man. Safe spot.
30
grab a
seconds
plant.
left.
Boaster wants it, so it's nice and open for Heaven.
Spike
Leo
planted.
double shock, Alpha 1 molly.
The off in play, but the HP does make me very worried With other teams, I would
Missed
think
the T1 game.
they don't get a pick soon.
You
they
talk
go
about
for a save, but I've
Lotus?
seen this
I think they
one
were
play
trying
before, and
something.
I
They were
know
trying
Fnatic won't
to.
give this up
It was
without a
paper exit at
serious
home,
fight.
basically.
Alfie here tries his best to grab one. The shots don't land. Ada Captain's around the back. Good damage, but then Leo steps up to the plate.
They were trying the
serves as a bait as Alpha walks around clueless.
They were
and
trying the
Leo
paper
saves
X.
the day.
Oh, this round was whiffy from FUT.
Yeah, this round wasn't great.
The initial battle.
I mean, even this was whiffy,
It
right?
was such a good flash, and just I didn't want to see that again.
Yeah,
And
the
then at
commit
end
to the
for Ada
spray.
Captain, I guess caught in two minds. The first shot was so clean, but wasn't able to capitalize. Fnatic kind of get away with one there, but
So cool.
they're not gonna mind.
He's so cool. You hit those shots, you save your teammate. Yeah, nice, nice. Good little casual fist bumps. Just another day at the office. I suppose for this guy it is.
He was like, yeah, 5 out of 10 round.
Could have gotten it quicker. Adjustment was slow. Well, first few shots not going to land for Alpha, but look at the weaponry he's up against. It's only a Sheriff on CNET.
This is also just a massive pace change from Fnatic. They've been slow, methodical, in pretty much all of these rounds.
What is
It's
this?
Such an awkward fight. I guess they realize, okay, the plant is down. We kind of have to scurry back towards that side, leave Alfia in an awkward spot. He's got Leo to even help him at this
Whoa.
stage. And while Durka
Yeah, and I mean their money's great. It doesn't even matter about keeping it clean. Confidence would be good though.
Even looking for a little bit more. Not going to be the ace again, but he's getting
The
closer
confidence would
and
be
closer.
really good. It feels like
And
this
it'll
team
be a
can
flawless
do
as well.
those kind of rounds.
If you weren't worried as a FUT fan before, you definitely should be now.
Well, Fnatic won round 3 and 4, and then there was a streak of rounds for FUT. In this half, FUT win round 3. They can't get the 4th on the board. Fnatic answer back that little bit quicker. And now, there's only a 1-round gap with a pause called by FUT. Last time, they were able to still claim the round. But we know those Fnatic pauses, even those pauses from any team up against Fnatic, can give them the competitive edge. They come in with a res and a Viper's Pit to work around. FUT one away from Bladestorm on CNET. They want an operator. Null Command, Hunter's Fury. This could be a
And this
chaotic
big
round
leads.
for
I
either
mean, they've
side.
only won a
And
round
very
when.
pivotal one.
I mean, it was
Fnatic winning
basically a
this
full buy.
likely gives them the lead.
We'll give them
from
a full
there,
buy. We'll be generous.
They don't usually let it slip.
That's it.
No,
Cena
and
gets
the
the
thing
op
is,
out.
Every member of
Got some nice
Fnatic
ults.
has been firing.
They got some. It's a good time for a timeout as well. I mean, they have to eco if they lose this next one. They'll double ults.
We haven't seen as much
They're
from
far away
Cena
from
in
like the
the
big
second
ults to
half.
get them
He
map
was-
control.
I think he had 14 kills in the first, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds about right.
So I'm now looking at that operator because it hasn't really been in the right place at the right time. It's normally been in a rotational spot. And unfortunately, looking at the map, that might be the case again. He's going to be man in the B site. But for now, at least, Fnatic sit outside A. Now, obviously, the way they've been playing most of their rounds have been defaulty, have been patient. So the expectation is just because they start on this side doesn't necessarily mean they'll end there.
Fairly spread out across the board for Fnatic. Reveal on B.
Yukon
early,
doesn't
but
get
presence
shot.
on A.
Nice.
Like you said,
Yeah, so they at
almost
least
free to
think
go
that
back
no
in
one's
the other direction.
close.
I much prefer
They
this
should be
turret
expecting
that
an
you
op.
see out of Alphier than what we saw earlier. Yedajay's was just a little bit too tunnel visioned with the new turret.
Take flight.
Really
Needs
new
a
anymore,
spot.
but the current turret setup.
That's a good.
Nice dash
Ooh.
out of Durka. There was no one to defend.
Buff, though.
Frax comes around the corner
And
at
they
the
can
wrong
catch him
time.
off. All gets
Just a little
popped.
bit too late.
And does
At least
anyone
Durka
risk
is
going
traded
through
out,
the
but with that
wall with
res
no
in play,
util?
if they can claim the space on that attacking side, Durka can be brought right back into the game, and giving him a second lease of life is a terrifying thought.
Everyone's got a plan
So
around the
early in
res
round
here.
as well, that even though the null command
The problem
finds
is
time for a
the
rotation,
res
Fnatic
is
aren't gonna push
on
without
top
having
of the box, like the
the
easiest
utility.
place to duel.
It's gone by the time they actually go to move. There is that res.
It says
They'll
no one
keep him in
duels.
play. Chronicle's the one that's
Spike
lost instead,
down
though.
A.
Maybe not the trade out they would have wanted. Alpha also just holding. CNED's operator plays no part. And again, with the advantages, okay, again, the time is starting to tick a little bit low, but I don't even know if there's going to be anyone that's able to stop them. Viper's
30
Pit
seconds left.
put in immediately. Plant.
Yeah, all before the
Isn't gonna be
plant though.
stopped.
Does it
Look,
backfire?
trying
They
to
get a lot of
get around
space
the
from
site.
this.
Maybe find something on the spams, but there is counters. There are other players. Yedajay's done well. Cracks. He's there too. In fact, he's going to find another one. And
Yeah,
now the
this is
IGL
the issue
has
with this
absolutely
ult.
everything to do. He's found a gap around the edge. Knows that out of captives
Big
within this
1v3.
corner. Still has his pit to play with, still in an elevated position. A surprise that maybe FUT won't expect, especially if they go through. That's another that he's found. Leaving it down to just one. And Yedajay right now, within that pit, is so desperately low on HP. The time is ticking, and they've just missed each other, just by a millimeter. That's all it really takes. Boaster may have won this just off the time. It's not pretty,
good time, right?
But I don't think there's enough time on the clock. It won't matter in the end.
Yeah. Played it great. Played it really, really good. Got a very... Sometimes the amount of time... I mean, when you plant before the pit, the amount of times that teams are just taking that space because everyone turtles up into the pit, it's been backfiring a lot. This was a huge round.
Honestly, like, I feel like every Fnatic fan must have like cardiac problems. Like,
we joked about
Speedy Speed 123. Thank you so much, man. Another Fnatic game, another Fnatic comeback. Yeah, pretty much. Looking like it. Cyril with the 15 months as well. Thank you for the support, bro.
And it's not like, oh yeah, their attack side's great, but they
and that forced them down to eco, right? Yeah, pretty much.
Defense, the next they'll get 3 rounds and then come in and win every attacking round.
From 9-3 to 10-10.
Fnatic fans. My God, their cardiologist must be making bank. FUT, 3 ultis in this round, and a scrappy buy. Some potential to make this one work, but it will be tough.
CNED again is the focal point. His operator denied by Althea in the last round. Back to this slow default. The thing is, the executions within the A site from Fnatic have been nigh on perfect, but then again, they've barely lost a round, so that's not really saying much. Everything they've done has worked. And a captain up close always makes me nervous. Even with a classic, Mitch, this guy is dirty.
I'm already getting flashbacks, Tom. No need to bring it up. See with the Stinger, 20 bullets to work with. There's the drone, and oh, so close.
But that's how you do it.
But the Hunter's Fury is chasing down this final kill. Damage
all
done.
invested. UTJ's here so early.
Well, he's being healed up, but down low.
What a shot. Wait, what a shot.
He suspects that Yedajay will be close somehow. Either that or the reaction is lightning fast.
That shot on CNED is legit.
I also want to see what he did to CNED. It seemed like he was just tapping a bullet somewhere, but CNED was gone. Just a moment
CNED went for updraft. Oh, so he was pretty high up.
Find something with that blade storm. Either way, this round looks over. Mr. Fallen and cracks.
And
just not missing anything.
Lovely rounds, man. He might be back.
Hey, guess what?
And they invested double ult into it.
Well, you know, CNED did pretty well on the attack side, Jet, so Dirk just came in. I guess he took that as a challenge.
Yeah, check this shot.
27 and 18.
What?
Yeah, now that... This guy needs to be stopped. I don't know who can do it. Maybe an internet provider if we were back in the old days. There's no way. 11 to 10 from a 9-3 deficit. 2 rounds now to take it across the line.
And if it's last chance, really, money-wise.
It's fair to say. But it is still leaving them with some lighter shields across the board. Ult in play for Yedajay. But my goodness, this needs to be one hell of a recovery from this defensive side that are now somehow losing favor. It's Fnatic that look to close out their map pick.
Get out of my way!
Oh, this was always a Durka map. Go all the way back to at first Reykjavik, and this was the man everybody was watching out for. Funnily enough, him and Tens. Tens in a slightly different role now, but Dirk is still alive and kicking as that Jet. The presence here from FUT isn't bad, but bear in mind, I've said that a lot.
A little fake dash out of Dirk. Blade Storm and Rifle to play with lots of players here from FUT. This is their best chance. I mean, they've correctly read the
I mean, they
stack.
have 4 people, yeah.
Being spotted. Boaster not going to get away with any menacing plays on B. Looking forward to the A site. Ada Captain tucks himself away. There's a bait up top. Mr. Fallen has to be careful not to overextend. Same for Yedajay. Alphayer has been in this.
This is one of the issues with the AWP.
He's here again.
Might be a little bit harder because when Liquid, let's wait for the duel at middle first.
Down on the floor. 4 players close by. Poster sneaking up through Kitchen, but he doesn't land the kill. Nice damage by Durka with Yedajay down. He might have bought space for them to plant, but the run in from Cracks, dropping Alphayer.
So the problem with the op here is when Fnatic normally go for their wall off into sight, they normally save the alarm bot to help get them info and to know if someone's close, and then they have pro scores off of it. So when Alpha ops, although it was great for the pick earlier, they struggle a little bit. So you can see him by rifle here. You can see him by rifle, and if they go back A, you'll see him go aggro with the alarm bot.
Things always seem to get a little bit more chaotic, and that is where FUT have always thrived. The man with the strongest vocal cords in all of the VCT, including commentators.
I really don't know.
It'd be cool if we actually see him go A and see if we see the alarm bot over towards here. That helps them flood rounds. Might be a perfect example of what we're saying.
I don't want that played in my ears. No, I want to be outside the building.
Okay, 11-11.
And put a wine glass down on the stage. Who can shatter it first? I don't know who my money's on. I don't know who my money's on in this fight either. Durka and CNET, but there's backup of cracks as well. Dangerous players for FUT. The first man through
that is
the one
fast.
to find the kill. Durka dropped, and for FUT, this opening duel
The Durka's
is so
on 29.
valuable. They finally get an early round lead at 11-11.
Yeah, if Durka got that kill, it would
Yeah, here we go. Over towards left, and the alarm bot's deep. Wait, he's descending it?
Find a gap. It does seem like it's being watched though.
Oh, that's
Yep, they did not expect anybody
that's
to
so
be
crazy to do when your own team smoke is up.
From Boaster though. Channeled is in a Durka for this round. Even
The alarm bot would have been nice.
is alive and kicking. Leo left in a clutch once again. He's exactly the man you'd want. Already bringing home a couple for the team, but this would have to be one of the best.
Yeah, I can't believe he didn't even look. Hydrate, dude. I've been hydrating.
Spike as well.
I'm gonna overhydrate.
The only thing that matters here is playing it together.
There you go.
For CNET and Mr. Fallen, trading out.
30 seconds left.
It's the only way Leo wins these clutches. Isolating a duel, finding a free kill, that's what he needs. They know roughly where he was. The spike plant gave that away. And I don't know that there's a correct decision for him here. The good thing is he'll hear the drop
maybe.
once these players
Playing it well.
below.
That recon's a nightmare.
To be shot almost immediately, and it's not. They have his position, they drop in. Oh, two different angles, perhaps an opportunity, but now they're together, moving towards the spike. One will tap it, but both will swing, and they'll find the kill onto Leo.
Solid round from
The lead is
CNET.
claimed back at the last possible moment. 12
Yeah,
to
and maybe a bit of
11,
miscommunication,
and one
because I
round
swear
to
Alpha
close
isn't doing
out
this if he
Fnatic's
knows
map
that
pick
smoke's up.
after an incredible comeback.
It'd probably be the fakest comeback
unless
of all
they-
time if they let this one slip away.
Unless they think that no one's close there and there's some util to clear it that I missed, but...
And that's the thing, there was still moments.
Oh, it's a bad wall as well.
Of angles. It's in the name.
Yeah.
And now
A crack in the wall.
they even managed to shut down Leo. And that's the thing, you could see the respect that was being paid. That is a team that knows who was standing on the other side. The Nordic god that stood before them fell. And the Titan of FUT now looks to try and put that first map on the board. And that's the thing, you look at these first three maps. Bind has always been one.
Couple of
Fnatic has been
mistakes
happy
cost
to
them that
play.
one.
We've seen that with up and down performances throughout the season. The Breeze has been an incredible map for them, but the one time that it was played by CNED, he basically created a frag reel, so...
Yeah,
there is
actually,
no
the
safe
fake
map.
comeback.
I feel for either of
That's
these
so
teams, this
devastating.
first one genuinely could make a
Got
big difference.
Sova
I
to
think even the
cancel
fact that, bear in mind,
Killjoy ult.
the ban from FUT was Lotus, a map that they beat them on in OT last time. They were like, nah, we're not doing that again. It genuinely is just the respect being shown between the two teams. And also the fact that they lost it, I guess, maybe didn't have time to change things up. It is a brutal playoff stage. Even still, though, this pause is going to be one that they have to come up with something new.
How many times
This is, I mean, it's a lot of
squad of
ults.
Fnatic go to the OTs on
Ult to
Lotus
cancel
and
the
see if
ult that would cancel their ult.
in their futures here on Icebox as well. The only thing about Lotus is they always lose the OTs.
That's the funny thing. I think at kickoff they probably
Do you
had
not
the
think
least
someone
minutes
crossed
played.
because the turret didn't
I think
fire?
in split one, they've definitely had the most. I don't even think it's comparable to anyone else. This round is everything.
Oh god,
though.
they think no one
It
crossed.
goes to OT. It's anyone's game. FUT are going to want to close it here and now.
And
and
the
in
alarm
terms of
bot's
ults,
over
they are
towards
stacked.
A.
No command, lockdown, Viper's Pit. Sure, there's a Hunter's Fury on the other side, but nothing else is even remotely close. You can see Fnatic have gone right back to this slower, tempered pace, patience, waiting for someone to aggress. And there are a couple of players watching for some sort of mid play. It's where Alpha has had
Yeah, I mean,
success.
FUT are predicting that it's a mid play.
For now, though, they're not overstepping the mark.
Well, yeah, like you say, when Alpha had this position before, when the eyes were drawn elsewhere, he was able to find 3 kills in the space of almost
Okay,
as
now
many
the smoke
seconds.
goes up and they go through middle. This knife will be everything.
Huge. Chronicle down to 30 HP. Popping the heal. Hunter's Fury on its way. Cracks trying to cancel out some of the other
30
utility,
seconds
but
left.
Sova's that little bit too far away. Leo
CNED's got him. That's
landing
Spike.
a little bit of damage, but CNED is on this corner, ready to fight. He's dropped, and so too is out of captain, but still 2 players here. And they
20
know
seconds.
that now. On the side of Fnatic, they've seen the KO Wolf, they've seen the drone, 10 HP, Shockdart chasing him, Chronicle dodging it, 14
Bro,
seconds.
Leo, you gotta
The
go.
needs to be secured here and now. It's
10
time to
seconds
step
left.
forward for Fnatic, or they're gonna run dry on time. Chronicle running low on ammo even, and now they're swinging, but the defender of Alpha here, the bodyguard,
Oh my God, it's
allows
so
this fight
close.
to come through.
Like, how on
Lockdown
earth
in
does he
play.
deal with
It's
this?
Alpha to do it all. He has to find both players. A good idea on them, and Crack's already tagged up. He'll try to force the fight.
Shout out to
but
Cracks. Okay, nicely done for FUT. They had
headshot
good
to seal
reads.
the fate
Really, really
on
good
Icebox.
reads.
Fnatic will not win their
Fnatic
map
did a
pick.
pretty good comeback here.
9-3. They've done it many times before, but it wasn't in the stars today.
Yeah, so much.